So I mentioned 6 turnovers in the game yesterday. So Browns -6 against Chiefs. And that's really been the story not only this year, last 2 years. They've been among the worst in the league. So take a look at this. This is the worst turnover margin this season. Raiders are -17. They play tonight. Browns -16. Jaguars and Titans -13. Those are the teams that are at the bottom of the barrel rankings or record-wise. Opposite end of the spectrum, Bills and Steelers are +18, and the Texans are +13. Those are the top 3 teams. So when you look at the difference between the Browns and the Bills and the Steelers, that equates to 34 additional possessions for the Bills and the Steelers. Scott, that's a 17-game season. That's 2 extra possessions a game just built on the turnover margin. That's why it's like 72 or 78% of the teams that win the turnover battle win the game because they get extra possessions.
Yeah, it's huge. Now, if they get extra possessions and you subtract possessions because you're not scoring on those, obviously, it's such a huge stat. And that's why Stefanski talks about it all the time. Now, on its own, it's an incredibly important statistic. You also have to factor in bad teams turn the ball over sometimes because they're bad, because they have bad quarterback play, because they're always losing and trying to catch up. So there's a little of a chicken and the egg there, and I think the same thing applies with good teams. If you're the Steelers and the Bills and you're up by 20 in the fourth quarter and the other team's throwing a bunch, then that leads to turnovers. So they're not, it's not always self-contained, but the stat in itself is the number one stat in football. And the Browns they're just bad at it. And it doesn't end, but it starts and almost ends with the quarterback play.